Welcome back, guys. This is Gaming with Alston, and today we are on episode 16 of Pyramid City. What we're gonna do this episode. Pyramid City. What we're gonna do is we're gonna build more of the footprint. Hence the name. It'll actually be hence the name. It'll be in the shape of a pyramid. Hence the name. Traveling stitching. This is one of my. I had a cheat day today when it goes to food. Sometimes you gotta have a cheat day. Because if you avoid cheat days altogether, you're gonna be weak and malnourished. If you want to free the collective, sometimes you might have to sacrifice yourself to free the collective. Like, sometimes freedom can cost you your... Freedom for an entire nation can cost you your life. That's how freedom's not free. It can cost you your life. The ultimate cost of freedom is your life. Another family member ended up having an amputee. Yeah, that's my dad's uncle, who ended up losing his leg recently due to diabetes. Good thing I was able to reverse my diabetes before that happened to me. I still have both of my legs. Fortunately, I have both of my legs. Which is a good thing. diabetes does run in my family. Even the most healthiest family members are not completely free from the risk of diabetes. Because it is genetic in my family. It's not just having central obesity that can put you at risk for type 2 diabetes. Also being very lean can also put you at risk too. For me, I don't have to worry about diabetes as much anymore. For me. There's the bubble gut bodybuilders in which they have a pot belly. I'm gonna gain some weight. I'm gonna do some heavy lifting. I like to do heavy lifting. I'm doing it to strengthen, because I want to target every last muscle in my body. Because I want to be big and strong, not skinny and weak. I want to be big and strong, like Brian Shaw and Eddie Hall. Most of the Eurodance musicians come from Denmark. We all come together. One of Dr. Sandra Lee's cyst pops, it kind of reminds me of cream cheese, of cottage cheese. One of the cysts The fluid that came from one of the cysts that Dr. Sandra Lee popped kind of reminds me of cottage cheese. In which there's a massive cyst coming out of a man's leg. That's getting... kind of reminds me of cottage cheese. She thinks it's oatmeal. I think it's cottage cheese. She thinks it's oatmeal. I think it's cottage cheese. We all come together. I wonder if Charles Dion McDowell should make his own version of Netflix called Netflix. That would actually be really funny. Cottage cheese is what one of the cysts looks like the fluid that comes out of the cyst. Sometimes it reminds me of cottage cheese. One of the cysts that she popped. I know it's disgusting. But people people are pretty satisfied with video when they see stuff like that on YouTube. This would be the goal would be a self-sufficient city, contained in a pyramid. That's the goal. A self-sufficient city inside a pyramid. The goal here is self-sufficiency. The cottage cheese cyst. I call it that because that pus that came out kind of reminds me of cottage cheese. It kind of reminds me of cottage cheese. Which is why I call it the cottage cheese cyst. We all come together. I like to joke about the cottage cheese cyst that Dr. Sandra Lee popped. She has her own YouTube channel. Most of the money she makes comes from her videos on YouTube, which explains how she makes money whilst the operations tend to be low cost or free altogether. That's because she makes most of her money through the videos she makes on YouTube. So that means her patients don't have to worry about paying for her surgeries. When it goes to gauging up, no pain, no gain. The cottage cheese cyst. I call it that because the fluid that came out kind of reminds me of cottage cheese. I know watching videos like that sounds kind of disgusting, but it's also satisfying at the same time. Just like when I see a pimple, I pop it. I want to try to pop that pimple. Some pimples look really nasty when popped. Sometimes, when a cyst is popped, the fluid kind of reminds me of cottage cheese. Just like in that one video. Oops. I have to get you out of the way. Even though I like junk food, I like to pump some iron too. To cancel it out. Don't feel sorry. I feel happy that you did that. That's... If I was to live out in California, I'd rather have Dr. Sandra Lee as my dermatologist. Because the surgeries are funded by her videos herself. By monetizing those videos on YouTube via advertisements. The cottage cheese cyst sounds kind of gross. It kind of reminds me of cottage cheese anyway. The cyst in which the fluid kind of reminds Dr. Sandra Lee of oatmeal, it kind of reminds me of cottage cheese. Because it looks like cottage cheese to me. We all come together. Funny that about Charles Dion McDowell's neck. His last name should be Neckdowell. Charles Dion Necktowel. It's a pun on his last name. Because his neck is huge. on my Instagram, I do have a small cult following. One of the cysts that Dr. Sandra Lee popped kind of reminded me of cottage cheese when I watched that video. The cottage cheese cyst kind of disgusting, but it's also satisfying to me. People like to record stuff like that on YouTube, hoping to go viral. It usually does go, some of it goes viral. People like to post stuff like that on YouTube, because it's satisfying. Sometimes when I exercise, I pull my hair back so the hair doesn't get in the way. Because my hair is really long. I do have really long hair. Yet the curls makes it appear shorter. When in fact, it's about halfway down my back. Eventually, I might think about shaving it. Eventually. Because I have a receding hairline. The biggest factor behind Kim Jong-un's obesity is his hectic lifestyle. A lot of it has to do with his hectic lifestyle, and genetics. Because his father and grandfather before him were overweight too. They were overweight too. What I realized while I was on my trip to Disney World is that Disney lifted the ban on facial hair. Ultimately. Because making it to where men are not allowed to have facial hair, nor are they allowed to have their hair grow long, it violates freedom of religious belief. Anyways, this should be it for this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked this video, dislike if you disliked it, subscribe for more. Don't forget to share this with your friends on social media for more content like this. As always, thank you for watching, stay tuned for more, and peace out.